because it's kind of nice. And you just let me know if it gets too annoying, but I'm going to be kind of busy installing this bike rack for the next hour, probably. Don't want you to see my wife doing yoga. I see upper pants or something. She's so sexy. My sexy, sexy wife. Yoga wife. Yoga girl. Alright, what if we do this? What if we back the car up? How about that? Let's do that. I'll just be yet another guy working on his car in the apartment parking lot. Check this out though. Isn't that nice? Thanks, Rob. Have a great ride. Isn't that nice? You totally saw it. I know. I know. Don't tell her, I said. Don't tell her, though. Don't tell her. I exploited my wife for content. I exploited my wife for content. Wait, is this? Yeah, that's, I think this is, Jose's. How am I going to do this? Alright, let me try this. You're going to have to look at the ceiling for a second. Yeah, I know my door is open. Stop yelling at me. Stop yelling at me. Oh my God. God bless his back or upper things. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. Shut up! Oh my God. Well, believe me, I've been there. I have plenty of bumps in my road. Oh my God. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. And they'll tell you, don't get him started. Yeah. And they'll say the same thing. Don't get him talking about his, stuff. Alright. Now what? What's next? I mean, I guess I can tilt you kind of down for a bit. I'm going to be doing a lot of...
Have you drive your longboard on stream?
Oh yeah, tons. Crashed on it. Tried it at Marsville. Yeah, last summer I did longboard pretty much every day. I actually attached a GoPro to it. And for a while there too, that was really fun. That's why the mount is still there. I want to do that again.
Reboot the AT&T.
Why?
Ship connection.
Oh, is it? You know what? It's because I forgot my modems. I only have one modem. You guys there?
I am thinking to buy a roll of blades for this summer.
You should, they're fun. I have some too.
Thank you. Yes, we hear. Yee, just a little LSD trip.
Yeah. I don't know why it always does that. It's kind of weird.
Yay, LSD.
Why does it always do that? I cannot know.
WTHXD.
Oh, they're all on now. Yeah, you should be getting great stuff, so. Alright, I'm back in range here. God damn it.
I figured we were down a modem.
Or two.
Streaming.
She hates it, but she allows it.
Curious to see your new rack.
Me too. I can make all the nice rack jokes until we get tired of it. I might hate streaming. She allows it because she's a public figure. It helps the art community. It helps. It's what I like. Because I don't have any friends in real life. Because nobody is worthy.
All jokes aside.
I mean it. I mean it. There's very few people in my immediate circle that I would ever be friends with. Very, very few. Maybe one within 10 miles that I know of. So that's why I stream. If I didn't stream, I would go crazy. I would really go crazy. And this is something I discovered 2-3 years ago, is that all the people with the funny jokes and the nerdy comments are on Twitch. Believe it or not, they're here.
I am going to sleep at 0:00. Have a great stream. Wish you best.
Yeah, have a good stream. I mean, have a good sleep. But, you know, lifetime warranty, made in China. Oh, maybe it's got track.
IRL friends are hard.
IRL friends are hard. They're hard for people who are finicky, you know. My wife found this amazing community at the art center, and she never stops raving about how awesome it is to be able to talk with like-minded people and everything, you know. And a guy like me, I don't make friends, and if I did make friends, you know, how many teddy bear loving, go coding.
I enjoy the RWX community. Who knows? Maybe she'll start streaming too. We behaved in the art stream.
She'll start streaming. She loves you guys. She likes you. She does like you. She's just not a very sociable person. Even in real life, she's not. She's very picky about who she lets know anything about her life, you know. Oh, what is that? A big ass. This is for like those big tires, you know. I don't think we need that. I don't think we need the big tires. We need this. This is the smaller tire one. Alright. I'll put that over here. I think we have enough light today to do this. If not, I got my spotlights and stuff. It doesn't have instructions. It's one of those things where you just gotta figure it out. Very American. This is an American company, by the way. I wish I could have got discounts. I should tell them I'm going to be streaming with their product. I wonder what they would do. I'm like, you know what? I should put I should put branding on it to see
Any
if...
idea how long it's gonna take to assemble this contraption?
Oh, probably an hour or two. Yeah. Because I'm going to go slow. I'm not going to screw it up. You know? I'm sorry if that's boring for you, but I paid $800 for it. I want to use it. And I'm going to put my bike on it. What the hell is that? There literally is no documentation.
Hey all, what is going on?
You gotta be kidding me. It comes with a lock. Damn, it comes with a lock. Oh, that's so great.
Hey, the sun is outside to install.
Hi, Fort. We're installing a... Ooh, it comes with 2 locks. Damn, this is so top-notch, man. It comes with its tools. We're just another guy done with work for the day, working on his car in the apartment parking lot, like everybody else. All right, that looks important. Oh, I found the paper. There it is, right there. When in doubt, follow the instructions. It's not an IKEA project. And we're gonna unbox everything first. Oh, I'm cutting back on the beer because I'm cut my waist. I fit in my jeans today. I'm getting better. Oh damn! Look at this. This is the arm. Remove bolt assembly. Okay. And I'm supporting.
No cutting back.
What? I mean, I'll still.
One won't fucking kill you. Is this server wrecked?
One won't kill me. I don't even have a beer right now. I'm gonna have beer. Don't worry. Just not right now. This is not a server rack. No. No.
I know, Rob. Just kidding.
I know. I'm not giving up alcohol. I don't want you to think that. I'm just cutting back for a
Enjoy
bit.
the install.
Yeah, if you guys have other stuff you want to do, let me know. I am not going to be a fun streamer to watch right now. Definitely a good time to ask me questions, though. If you want to just make conversation, this is the time to do it.
It is currently 61.
Yeah. How's my heart rate? 60. How is my heart rate still 6? It is. My heart rate is 64. I think that's a lie. I'm going to tighten it. I think the heart rate is a lie right now. Because it feels like it should be like 80. I think it's a lie. I think it's a lie. I think my 64 heart rate is a lie. Ooh, that's the swing arm thingy. Okay, here we go. We got all the tools. Carries 2 bikes, up to 60 pounds each.
Rob has a new toy.
This only carries 2 bikes.
And it requires assembly.
Of course it does. Remove e-batteries, front fenders. What? Panniers before you... I can't take my... If this does... Oh, damn it. What if I make this whole fucking thing and I have to return it? because it won't do my fenders. Remove e-bikes, front fenders, racks, and panniers before use. I can't remove my rack. I can't. That's the whole reason for getting it. Oh, that would suck. That would suck so bad. That would be so sad. Please don't. Please don't. It's not going to work. I can already tell you right now. It doesn't work with my bike. It doesn't. Absolutely, this is not going to work with my bike at all. This is not going to work with my bike. None of it. Why did I take it apart? Oh my God. I have to return it.
E-bike battery before use.
I have to look at how
To exchange.
look at how it attaches to the front. You see that? I can't do that. I can't do that. I have an adventure bike. I cannot take my fender off. It'll ruin the fender every time. None of this was on the side at all. This is made for downhill bikes, the end.
Nope, need a different model.
They don't have a different model. Damn it. Oh, God. Now I have to figure out how to get all this stuff back again.
Sorry, brah.
Watch him making me charge me some restocking fee. They're gonna charge me some restocking fee or some shit. I hope they don't. But American companies tend to be dicks about stuff like that. This will not work with my fender. I'm not gonna. The whole point is to get it on and off easily. God damn it. That makes me mad.
I have all as a 303-402-0190 number you can call.
It doesn't matter. I just saw it on their thing. It said, I know exactly what they said. And this does not work. And now it's in a million pieces. And I have got to figure out how to strap this shit to get it to go back. And if I don't package it well, I'm going to get dinged for not packaging it well.
It's not going to work with fenders.
Nope. And if I don't package it well, then they're going to say, you didn't package it right. And it's got...
Retip and send back.
Yeah. I'm almost out of light. I'm glad I read it. You know, if the piece of paper had been closer to the top, I would have opened the paper before I undid anything else. I don't even know how this is going to go together now. I honestly have no fucking clue. A perfectly good rack, it just isn't going to work for me. You know, I should have learned my lesson. I bought it online because it got a higher rating than everything that I saw that you couldn't buy online. And rather than go to REI, which is what I was originally going to do, and go to J, I thought, well, you know, I'll buy this better rack because it's a better one. And then I wasn't able to check anything out in advance. So, you know what? Sometimes the better course of action is to buy local. Now I have to pack this shit up and send it all back. Imagine if I bought like a drum kit or car or something. very sad. I'm very mad. I'm not mad. I mean, it's an understandable, you know, situation. There's really no enemies here. I love Rocky Mounts. I think it's a great company. They just don't make a rack I can use.
Call the company and make sure it's returnable. Yeah,
Oh, it
happens.
better be fucking returnable because I bought it off Amazon.
Don't worry too much.
Yeah. If it's not returnable, it's gonna be hell to pay. And I'll have to sell it on eBay or some shit and take a loss just because I opened the package. I mean, what else is new? No, Rob, don't get cynical. I'm not going to get cynical. I'm not going to get cynical.
No eBay, please. The fuckers take 11%.
I know.
Fuck them.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I could definitely sell this around here someplace.
Show it to your local REI store.
Yeah. I mean, they could probably sell it, but... There's no way I'm going to be able to send this all back in one thing. I'm just not going to succeed.
Should be able to go on Amazon and hit return button.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's why I bought it on Amazon. It's the only reason I buy anything on Amazon. There's like no question return policy, which is awesome. Kind of bummed. But
Same.
better to do it now than, you know, could have
Give
been.
it a try to repackage and hopefully they accept it.
Oh, I think, I mean, if that's the other thing about Amazon is Amazon, you don't even really have to repackage things really nicely. But this is like a vendor resell, so it's a little bit different, you know. It's not like they had it at Amazon. It's a different kind of deal, you know. I tell you what, let's do. Let's go take the jet thing back and let's drive to REI. I don't even know if I have enough money because I'll have to wait for this return to come before I can buy it. I do, but I mean, they'll put it on if I buy it at REI. That's another advantage. They'll actually install it. And when you get to be my age, you're like, fuck it, I'm paying for somebody to do it, you know? I know it's bad. I am getting that way. I almost have this back to the point where it would just will fit in there. Almost, but not quite. It looks like a very high quality rack though. It looks really well made. The pieces are really, really well made. You can tell it's got very high quality, you know, parts and stuff on it. That's probably a really great rack. It's just not the rack for me. Well, that one we got back in, huh? That's nice. It's there.
There are 2 stores in the Charlotte area that sell Rocky Mounts.
Really?
Maybe you can return it there.
What ones? What are the names? I doubt it, but that we might have to use that to have them purchase it if I can't return it through Amazon. I'm gonna have to pay some exorbitant return fee and shipping. The shipping is gonna be fucking crazy on this because it's so heavy. I've always wanted to know what happens when you return something that's really, really heavy. You know? Do you know the bike store offhand? Oh, I think I'm gonna figure this out. Damn, Rob. I'm good. Damn, I'm good. I'm good.
Recreational Equipment International, REI, 9755
Wait.
Center Parkway, Charlotte, NC.
You're telling me REI takes... This is the place that's what I'm going. That's where I was going to buy my other rack. I wonder if they would take it in on trade. I bet they would. REI sells Rocky Mounts? How did I not see that when I was there? I was actually there. It's my favorite store. Okay, that's where we're going tonight. Like now. Like right now.
Rack Attack, Charlotte, 605 North Polk Street, Pineville, NC, USA.
I think we would just go to REI. Because I love the people at REI. I'm a member. They love me.
What was wrong with it?
It just doesn't work. Bottom line. Oh, damn. It's very heavy.
Oh, that was where Last Miles was picking on you.
Yeah.
Where are you heading to your
Hi. Huh? This one. I'm just gonna, I'm good. I forgot I need to open the trunk. It's a minor detail. How are you?
Not so nicely. Hello, Rob's neighbor. Recreational Equipment International, REI, 3334 West Friendly Avenue, Suite 140. The shop's at Friendly Center, Greensboro, NC 27410.
Whoa, what? It's in Greensboro? That's where we're moving. Oh, that's a different REI. Alright, forget that. Well, one thing's for sure, it's going to have to be in the car. So, that's all we have to decide for right now. Damn, that means the REI in Greensboro is better than the REI here. Now I want to move even more. Why the hell do I even put the seats up?
He sent multiple locations, I think.
My heart rate spiked to 83.
Probably should send closer location.
I'm not going to take it back. I'm going to go buy a new one. Like a boss. Because I want a fucking rack. It looks like look, there lies.
Okay, sir.
I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'm going to go buy a new one from REI. I'm going to go buy the Yak. Because I don't.
I wish you well.
We need to find a rack that's going to work with my bike. The end, right? And I can't put my bike in there, so yeah. I'm not mad. I'm just, you know. Sorry. Take off fenders. Who the fuck takes fenders off to use a bike rack? I mean, really. There's a million racks that don't need that. Why would it need that? It's so stupid. Alright, I gotta calm down. Calm down now. Actually, I'm just gonna... Do I have my keys? I'm just gonna get in the car. Like, now. Oh, sorry. I'm not filming you. I want to. I'm gonna tell you something. Your Shavasana's over? You know what the first big bold line in that instructions is after I took it, which were buried because I had to take everything out to get to the instruction? What it says? Remove all racks and fenders in order to use rack. And I looked at all the pictures and I read all the comments before I bought it.
So you have to take...
I'd have to take my front pannier things off and I'd have to uninstall my fender every time I want to use the rack. Every time.
Which means you're going to pack it all up and return it?
It's already packed back up. I'm going to REI to buy another one and then I'm returning
Nice
this one.
sunset. It's been raining, snowing, and cloudy for
I know.
You know what? Yoga fucking is so important. I got
It
so
is.
many ideas for my things. Like, this was such a valid day to stay home. Are you filming me?
Not anymore.
Damn it, Rob.
I was just a little
This one they
taste.
sell at the store. Rob Rocky Mounts Monorail 2 by Hitch.
I'm gonna go throw all my stuff away and leave you. I'm going to REI. You don't want to go to REI, do
Just
you?
for that, I'm gonna buy paper on your account.
Buy what?
I'm gonna buy paper with some money.
You could buy a paper because I'm gonna go spend several hundred on another rack until
Yeah, I
this
know,
rack.
well, I don't want us to be down to zero. We're never gonna be able to buy a house.
Yeah, we're getting pretty damn close.
Well, this is what my epiphany
Hello.
was.
Hi, how you doing?
My epiphany was.
Yeah,
My epiphany was
Yeah.
doing these prints, the Grimm's Fairy Tale prints,
yeah.
and I was thinking of how I wanted to figure out how to incorporate them into a book, but I wasn't sure. And it was funny because even
Rob,
Bruce
check the
said,
internet
would
because
love
I
to
don't
see
think they
these-
sell what you want to buy.
I would love to see these as
Yeah, they
book
do.
illustrations. And we have that big, large format printer.
That we don't do anything with.
No, at McCall.
Oh,
Oh, we
So
got pulse
what I'm
monitoring
gonna
OO.
do, because I'm scanning all my prints in and taking high resolution pictures,
yeah.
and Grimm's Fairy Tales are public domain, I'm going to find the first edition, and I'm going to make a accordion fold book and sew it to like bind my own book with my high resolution prints in it reproduced with the stories.
Oh, wow.
Do you see what I'm saying?
No, but I could get a general
I'm
idea.
making my own edition of Grimm's Fairy Tales.
That's
with
better.
The first English edition text with my prints that I'm making, which I can scan in and print at high resolution.
Yeah.
And it's a wide format printer, so I can make an accordion book, which means I print it all flat and then fold the pages like an accordion and then bind it. So it's a handmade book.
This would be awesome, like an actual book.
Yeah, and then I can make a couple copies and sell them at my.
I think it'd be awesome. It's a lot of work though, but it'd be awesome.
This is an ongoing project.
Awesome. I have a feeling your MFA is going to be all about print.
I don't know, but the dog's outside and you're walking for
Sam, Sam.
Sam, inside.
They sell at the store. Rocky Mounts Monorail 2 by Hitch Rack only. From the best I can them a phone call first.
I'm not giving anybody a
Fingers
phone
to the
call.
walking. Save some time.
I don't need to save any time here because the only reason I'm going there is to buy a rack. And the only company I trust right now is REI because I trust them. They have always maintained and helped me out. So it's a pretty easy decision. If I'm gonna own a bike rack, it's gonna come from REI. I'm not buying it off the internet. And if for some wild reason they don't support this, they don't take this back, which would be crazy because everything on Amazon is returnable, then we'll deal with it. And in which case I'll just have to sell it locally. If that actually turns out to happen, I'll probably move to Greensboro and post a for sale used commission to the REI there because REI supports their people. So that's the plan. And I'm a little bummed. I believe I'm dealing with it pretty well, all things considered. I can still turn the music off if you guys want it off. We're switching modems right now. Give me a sec. It's because we went out of range from the other one. Wait, is there some weird raspiness in the sound right now? I forgot to get the pressure washer, which we also need to return because there's no water spigot here. We have no water spigot on the apartment. I had a great day at work, though. Yep. Doing really great things. We're doing great things at work. We got... I'm going to talk about that because it's something positive. I'm going to turn this sound down. So, after a bunch of futzing around with Hugo for 3 weeks and not being able to get it to work and looking at all different kinds of ways to do documentation at work, we ended up, I made the Kubernetes application that auto detects changes to a GitHub repo and builds a new documentation site using Make the Docs, MK Docs. And I demoed that 2 weeks ago, and we deployed it and everything, and everybody loved it so much. To be fair, the other team members that were younger than me were saying, why don't we just use Make the Docs from the beginning? And it became clear that only Make the Docs was going to accept the kind of organization that we were looking for. But more importantly, Make Docs was the only tool that actually has a search engine built into it. I'm going to say that again. There is a search engine built into Make the Docs. You don't need to set it to Google. You don't need to do anything like that. That means if you had nothing more than a Make the Docs server, and it will automatically do support full search of the entire site, all the documentation on the site. And every time you make a change, it automatically updates the indexing so that you get a new one, and it shows you little snippets of the successful hits every time. It's absolutely, hands down, the best documentation tool I've ever seen, ever. And it does have some quirks that I don't like.
Never heard of Metadoc.
It's MKDOCS. And the theme that we're using is MKDOCS, MKDocs -material, as in material, as in the color theme. And it comes with some extra stuff. It gives you can actually click on any page and it will show you the raw source code in Markdown. And if you click on another button, it will open the file in GitHub on the editor page in edit mode, ready for you to make changes and click on commit. It is the most powerful enterprise or any documentation platform I have ever seen. Hands down, without question. It works entirely without having an internet connection. If on a phone. So if you get on a phone and you go to the website after the first searches or so, it caches the entire website on your phone so that when you're not even there, you can still use it to search the docs portably. It's so ridiculously well designed. It's got to be one of the best applications of the last 2 decades that I've ever seen. And it's because it's right to the point. it actually has what's called a single single page app mode, in which case it actually, while you're typing in the search bar, it automatically shows you hit results from the indexes, including the bodies of the text documents, not just the titles, the bodies. And it shows it in real time while you're typing. And when you go to the other pages, it doesn't even blow out your search bar. It still leaves it there. It's so amazing. It's just so stinking amazing. It has automated table of contents creation. It automatically detects readme.md file if it's there. It uses the directory names to infer the stuff if you want. It does do markdown. It does do front matter if you want to do tagging, but you don't need to do tagging because it indexes every single word in your entire documentation site, and it even renders it. Oh my god! So, like for example, like when it's like showing a thing.
I created my own knowledge base, and I can select to search in the title and body.
Yeah.
I can also respond with results while typing.
Yep, those are great. Those are all great things. And I think most people would agree that there's certain things that you kind of have to have in a documentation tool. My Zet has that as well. It just doesn't have it in web form yet. The Zet is going to be better than this eventually because it does allow you to do composition. You cannot do composition with this particular tool, but you don't really need it if you're following a traditional, page kind of idea behind, Markdown like most people would do. So I can't overstress enough how big it is. Such a huge success at our place of work that as soon as we showed it to our peer team, the team that's like under the same management, but it's, a peer of ours, we had meetings with them and we said, hey, we just like to show you this thing if you want to try it and look at it. They immediately wanted to put their whole team on it. And there's another kind of rival project out there that does use
Added MK Docs to my to-do list. Thanks.
Yeah, there's kind of a rival project out there that uses GCP, and they're using Hugo in this absolutely horrific build process. If you change a typo, it redeploys the entire Kubernetes deployment. Like if you change the letter A in a page, it redeploys the entire deployment. It compiles, it static gens the whole thing, redeploys the whole thing, and they are notoriously out of date. They never update their documentation. That's why. And they have an entire Tekton pipeline just for producing a new one. So in order for them to make any changes to their documentation, let's say they find a spelling error, they fix a spelling error and they have to deploy a new full deployment Tekton pipeline just to get a new version of the site. It's absolutely disgusting. It's so bad. And it's just, yeah, it is. It's the software behind Read the Docs, yeah. And that's another thing about MK Docs that's got everybody so happy, is because it's actually also replaced Gitbook. I did not know this. Did you guys know that Gitbook went full proprietary? I was just reading that on the MakeDocs site, on the MK Docs site. Gitbook went fully proprietary apparently. That's I'm so glad I didn't go with them. I knew they were going to do that. I had a feeling they were going to be that kind of company, bait and switch company. And it turned out that's exactly what they did. And they're going to go under so fast because nobody can compete with this. This is the best software for no-nonsense documentation ever created by humans. I'm absolutely convinced. It's as good as Man Pages, but it's webified. The best part about it is that it doesn't mess with your content. So you can have your content in its own repo and just have content in that repo. And why do I care? Because in that case, I can go ahead and I can do a grep search of the text files from the command line, but for those who want to use the web, they can use the web version. And that's my vision for Zettelkasten and for Keg, is to be able to do the same thing. The difference is the way they organize the content. The content for MakeDocs is hierarchical, and it has to have, bugs that have names in them and kind of annoying things like that. It doesn't take on the proven idea of short URLs, but I guess it doesn't really need to. And but you know what? It's using the industry standard practice of hierarchical directories for organizing your content, and everybody already organizes their content that way anyway. So they haven't quite thought through the alternative to that, what that would look like. My thing is the thing that I do is a little bit forward thinking because it has dynamic composition, and it works by itself, or it works as a composite application. So, but I definitely am going to make a KEGG converter for the different document types out there for those who want to use this method. But if you're looking for a way to get like wicked easy documentation, it is. It's a beautiful day today. It is, yeah. A little bit of bad luck, but we're gonna go deal with that. Bonjour. You dream of a wiki for programming peoples. Well, the problem with wikis is that you don't get a common voice. I've come to think that wikis are... I used to be obsessed with MediaWiki. In 2000, 2001, I was obsessed with MediaWiki. Yeah, you can see my heartbeat. So when I start to rant, you can see me go crazy. Yeah, I'm testing that out right now. You can also see a bunch of other stuff on the screen, but it's turned off right now. Yeah. I have wind speed, I have slope, I have speed, total miles, time. I have an overlay. Last night I got obsessed. I spent about 2 hours and I made a bunch of bike cycling overlays. And you'll see those pretty soon. They use the same things that Rob CD uses. Rob CD and Mikey, they all use real-time IRL, and so yeah, that's why. I just need to figure out a way to get it to come on automatically. Be able to change. I haven't. Yeah. How does it work? It does GPS tracking, so it takes GPS tracking from your phone, and it doesn't. The only problem with it is it doesn't work if your phone has any kind of internet access problems. So, like if you are cycling in a place that's going to use, all three of your modems just to stay connected, and your phone, if your phone drops a connection, it doesn't know. And so it takes big guesses between the point that it last knew where you were, and then I also signed up for a Strava account, STRAVA, and that has a lot of like routing and where to drive and where to bike. You know what's crazy? The Strava stuff. See this lake here? The Strava stuff has tons of paddleboard paths. People that were on their paddle boards that were out here, and it has the route that they took. It's pretty amazing, actually. Oh shit! I almost turned on the real-time IRL to check it in the car to see if it was accurate. Yeah. Well, people use Strava for everything, right? So I used Strava like 2 years ago, I think, with a different email address, so I made a new account, and it's all set up. I have no friends. If you want to be my friend, you can go be my friend. You know what I really love about Strava? It has a thing called hide your identity, and it will automatically chop the a mile from the beginning and ending of your destination so that it doesn't give up your exact location. I've been really struggling to think about how I'm going to stream in Greensboro without people knowing where I live, or at least the exact house that I live in, you know? And I don't even know if it's worth it, to tell you the truth. What do you think? Let me give you a scenario, okay? I'm gonna actually, maybe, you know what, while we're in the car, maybe you can help me figure this out, because this is like a big question that's kind of looming over my head for the move. Obviously, I've doxed myself at this apartment, and you could go right to my front door if you wanted, and I've just accepted that. I know it's a risk. That's what comes from streaming. You know, that's just a part of it. But I've been entertaining the idea of living in a home where I don't dox it. But the problem I have with that is I'm going to be streaming for the next 20 years. The chances, and I may probably will be living in that house over the next 20 years. There's going to be enough content, people who play geolocation, you know? No, I haven't had any instances at all. And I, you know, knock on wood, I don't want to. There are streamers who have had very, very serious incidents. They have different kind of communities. You know, they don't have as many people in their community, or they have different people. They have more people than I do. My wife and I are very public people in terms of our careers, but, you know, and we have a stepson who lives with us. You know, he's an adult. And so here's where the question really comes down to. Is there such thing as privacy these days? I'm going to propose my thesis. My thesis...
I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah.
I love watching IRL stuff, but I completely understand when streamers make that private. I would feel uneasy.
Well, okay, so if it was just me, if I had young children, there's no way I would do it. Absolutely no way I would even stream at all. Because it's just too much risk, right? It's too much risk to my kids. If something happened to my kids, I couldn't handle it. If something happens to me, I'm fine. If something happens to my wife, that would make me feel bad.
There's various degrees of privacy.
Right. And that's what I think it boils down to. So I'm gonna just state what I think I've concluded at this point. I don't think it is possible to be a streamer at all, especially one who covers the outdoors in your neighborhood or in your area, within 5 miles of your house, and maintain your privacy. People who practice geolocation, they automatically are going to be able to, I mean, if somebody were, okay, let's say...
Just carry your hunting knife, machete, and deer spray with you.
Yeah. It's not even so much the danger to me. What I think the reason that people keep their exact address... I mean, okay, so I'm going to say some things. These are the worst things that can happen to streamers. Let me just go through them, okay? You can be stream sniped by somebody who's violent, okay? That number one. That's the one most people are afraid of. That one can easily be thwarted by streaming in safe areas, carrying weapons with you, that kind of thing. It's still a danger, but that one you can deal with. But the other ones are just a little bit more subtle, and they're more important to think about. And the ones that have shut down the other IRL streamers are calling ahead to the companies that you're going to and making bomb threats and stuff like that about the person who's about to come to the store. So they know you're going somewhere, and they call there and they warn them. They say, this guy's coming in with the camera, blah blah blah, and they scare the crap out of them. And this actually, there was a couple of streamers. It was terrifying. They were being so harassed that they would literally walk on the street. And some of those streamers now, when they do IRL streaming, they keep the camera on their face. They don't even show where they're walking. Because
Jalopy Jones says he streams with 3 bodyguards minimum.
So that if I'm just gonna say it, if that were to happen more than an unusual amount of time,
A community of quoters is probably the best case.
yeah. But my community might grow to be people that are just chatters kind of people, Now, oh God, the sunset is so beautiful right now. I wish I could show you. It's just like a half dome. It's so beautiful. So I'm just gonna cut to the chase. If and when that kind of thing becomes a consistent problem, I'll stop. I'll just stop streaming. I mean, if somebody wants to shut down my streaming, but you know what? I'll stop streaming, but I want to tell you something else. I will find that person who does that. And if you don't think I can, just know that I have a vast network of people that I have met from both America and Russia, from all walks of life and professions, with a very particular set of skills, and that I have over 30 years experience dealing with finding people like that. And I'm also married to a woman who is a professional postal inspector and private eye for most of her career, a security professional. So if people are going to fuck with me,
Weather.
even once, I mean,
also have a lot of mafia friends.
I have so many
57F
friends.
precipitation.
I tell you what,
Humidity,
if
26% wind.
if
1
some
mile per hour.
dumbass tries to do that with me even once, and if they keep doing it enough for me to stop
Find
streaming,
what kind of people.
I will make it my life's mission to fucking shut you down in any definition that you want to fulfill for that term. And I got nothing better to do because I'm an old guy, making good money. So I got the resources and the
We will
skill.
help you, Rob.
So yeah, so I'm not. It's not a challenge, but what I'm putting out there is
I
that
got your back.
if that kind of thing, nothing that I have ever done has been other.
Personality cult could be very dangerous on Twitch and streaming in general.
Yeah, I know. Personality cults in general can be. Oh, speaking of that, PayPal banned me last night. PayPal banned me last night. They said after reviewing your stuff.
Plus, you have Russian mafia friends.
Yeah, you keep saying that. Maybe don't say that.
I just tuned in. What happened?
Nothing
Is
happened.
someone threatening you?
Nothing. Nobody's threatening me. What I'm just trying to assess next steps when I move. We're about to move, so I don't want anybody to get worried. Somebody just tuning in might get worried and think I'm trying to, no.
But we are only here because of the tech.
Yeah, some of you are there for the tech, some of you are there for the biking, but the community is going to grow, and it's not going to be just techies and hackers. It's going to eventually be just chatting people and artists and stuff like that. So I think that we're in a pretty good place because I'm not. It's not like I'm going around making enemies.
I am here for the boobas.
Yeah, you're here for the boobies.
The channel you raided last night had some stuff stolen from their trailer overnight. You can never be too careful nowadays.
Yeah. Well, did you see the guns he's carrying in his back of his car? Oh my God, I would never stream that.
And maybe because you tape your nipples, haha.
Yeah.
I think IT people are not violent.
I don't even. It doesn't look. The question isn't what is your community like. The question is.
After everyday stream watchers.
I'm not after anyone. I want to be available.
Hide your new place for as long as you can, TBH.
Okay, most people. Okay, so let's talk about that guy. That is the question we're going to talk about here. Okay, so one thing, my wife can find anyone with the least amount of information. She is a pro. I mean, she is a pro. She would sit there and do the research for the postal inspectors and for her security company and everything. And she is so ridiculously talented. Yeah. Yeah. That's how I am kind of. Привет. Просто интересно, она озвучит русский текст? Да. Да, озвучит русский текст, да. И интересно, что... So, what I'm trying to get at is, I guess every single person has to assess where they are when they're making the decisions about how much privacy to give up, particularly if they're a live streamer. But
King Masa MI Compañero Rob. It's all about your CIA and FBI friends.
will you stop? Will you stop? Don't tell everybody I have CIA, FBI, and Mafia friends. It doesn't sound good. It might be true. But damn. You're gonna get me in trouble. Don't use those words. Yeah, well, how about, let's qualify that. Let's say former KGB, how about that? So, I'm trying to change the topic here. What is the right thing to do? So my initial thought was, let's go ahead and hide within 1 mile. Okay, so Strava hides within 1 mile of your home. So this is the